Hi viewers, welcome to the new video in the playlist Cybersecurity. This is the second video as part of the unit number 2.
Cybercrimes against women and children. It's a growing concern. Cybercrimes against women and children are a pressing issue worldwide, with the internet providing a platform for perpetrators to exploit and harass vulnerable individuals. These crimes can cause significant emotional distress, social isolation, and even physical harm. So, because of the availability of internet to everyone these days, in a remote village also everybody can access internet, and if they are not aware of these cyber crimes, then they are vulnerable individuals. Okay, so who are called as vulnerable individuals means those who will access unnecessary content which is not at all required for them will become vulnerable for cyber crimes. This will create what it will create emotional distress, social isolation, and even physical harm. So we will discuss again in detail about this. What are the different types of cyber crimes available against women and children? The first one is cyberbullying. This involves the use of technology to harass, threaten, or embarrass others. It can take various forms including online harassment, stalking, and defamation. Stalking means to follow. Second, in this common types of cyber crimes against women and children is cyber stalking. As just now I told you, stalking means following. This is a type of cyber bullying attack that involves repeated or unwanted contact or harassment, often leading to fear or intimidation. So they will not only threaten, but they will create a certain kind of fear among these vulnerable individuals who are accessing unnecessary content. Next, third one is online grooming. This involves building a relationship with the child online with the intention of exploiting them sexually. Okay, so that's about this entire slide. To summarize, there are three types. Who are called as vulnerable individuals: those who will use unnecessary content with the help of internet. One should practice safer online practices. So that is the reason why this cybercrime against women and children we are learning now. Now coming to the next category in this cybercrimes against women and children, sextortion. This is a form of blackmail where someone is threatened with the release of intimate or compromising images or videos unless they comply with their demands. They will capture some images or they will capture some videos of the vulnerable individuals, and they will put certain demands. Unless and until they will comply with their demands, they won't release that material in the social media. The next is child sexual abuse material, CSAM. It is called as, the abbreviation is child sexual abuse material. This includes any image, video, or other material that depicts a child engaged in sexually explicit activity. So what they will do here is they will, by online grooming, they will try to exploit children in the sexually activities, and they will also create or image, video or image or other material that depicts a child engaged in sexual explicit activity. Even though the child is not engaged in that sexual explicit activity, they can mark the image as if the original child is available there. So we should be careful while putting certain images in the social media, like especially in the status. The next is deep fakes. As the name only tells, fake means it is uh, And deepfakes means these are the manipulated images or videos that can be used to create false or harmful content, often targeting women and girls. So what they will do here is deepfake means what? These are the manipulated images. I mean, they will morph the images or videos that can be used to create a false or harmful content, often targeting women and girls. If they see a beautiful image in the social media, immediately what they will do, these cyber criminals, what they will do, they will create a morphed image or morphed video of that particular woman, and they will try to harass them. Next is impact on the victims. We have seen what are the different cyber crimes against women and children, and what are the impacts and on these victims. First, as I said, it will create emotional distress. In the very first paragraph only, we have seen this. What the how the victims will become emotionally distressed means victims may experience anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and difficulty in trusting others. Social isolation. Cybercrimes can lead to social withdrawal and isolation, affecting relationships and overall well being. Then, physical harm. In some cases, cybercrimes can escalate to physical violence or even human trafficking. You know what is human trafficking? They will just transport the children or women for uh, different countries or different states. It is called human trafficking. Then long-term consequences. What are the long-term consequences of these cyber crimes against women and children is victims may suffer from long-term physical, psychological and emotional trauma. What are the prevention and uh, responses? We have to create educational awareness. Raising educational awareness on about the cyber crimes is and provide education on safe online practices can help prevent victimization. We can create and educate awareness on safer online practices to prevent victimization. In order not to fall prey for the cyber criminals, we should educate and create awareness among the our fellow family members or our fellow uh, colleagues, our fellow students. Okay, so they can use safer online practices. Strong legal frameworks. Government should enact and enforce laws that protect women and children from cybercrimes. Of course, there are certain rules and laws are available that we are going to discuss in the coming slides. So, those the government should enact and enforce laws, strict laws, to be specific, strict laws to protect women and children from cybercrimes. The cyber criminal should get afraid of the government laws. Okay, so they won't commit such kind of cyber crimes. Unethical hacking is what the people will do these days. Ethical hacking is okay, but unethical hacking is not acceptable. So the government should create such strong laws so that unethical hacking can be arrested. They should be punished and they should be imprisonment for lifelong also. Okay, there are coming slides. We'll discuss about what are the different Information Technology Act 2000 and its amendments are there. We will discuss section wise. Now, coming to the technological solutions, developing and implementing technological tools to detect and prevent cyber criminals is crucial. Okay, this development and implementation of technological tools to detect and prevent cybercrimes has become a crucial for the technicians or those who are tech savvies. Okay, so that is about the prevention and response. And coming to the two more points, victim support services. We should provide support services to victims and help them to cope up with the trauma and seek justice. International cooperation. As I told that which is a pressing issue worldwide. So there should be a collaboration between different countries is essential to combat cybercrimes that often cross borders. By addressing these issues through the prevention and response and international cooperation, we can work towards creating a safer online environment. Okay, so what we can create is safer online environment can be created by following this prevention, response, and international cooperation so that we can protect women and children against cybercrimes. And what are the prevention strategies for cybercrimes against women and children? As I told you just now, we have to educate and create awareness among the users. For what purpose? For online safety education. Teach children and adults about safe online practices, including importance of strong passwords, avoiding sharing personal information, and being cautious of strangers online. Okay, so that is one of the last part of education and awareness. We have to provide online safety education. We should not hesitate to talk to our children. Okay, so we have to sit with them and we have to use certain parental control softwares also if required. Then next is parental guidance. Encourage parents to monitor their children's online activity and talk openly about online safety. We should not hesitate. We should talk openly with our children. Social media education. Educate users about the risks associated with social media platforms and importance of privacy settings. One blindly does not depend upon any other social networks, including WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter. These days, Twitter is called as X or TikTok. Of course, it is banned in India right now. There are so many are there. Okay, we should educate them before using that such social media. What are the different privacy settings are there in that? Like WhatsApp provides two-step, two-factor authentication. It provides disappearing messages. It provides certain features like 24 after 24 days, after 24 hours, the status will expire. Okay, these days they are providing channels also. One can create his own channel or her own channel, and they can put the pictures or everything in that, but that will become a public, and that is available through throughout entire the channel remains. Okay, so there are advantages and disadvantages with social media, but we have to focus more on the advantages by using the certain privacy settings. Coming to the technological tools, as I told just now, we should not hesitate to use parental control softwares. Use parental control software to restrict the access to inappropriate content and monitor online activity. So, one best example is Google's Family Link. Okay, there is a software called Family Link which allows up to six users, including the parents. Okay, and we can also monitor our relatives' children's by using these parental control softwares, like example Family Link. Okay, so next coming to the antivirus and anti-malware software. So what is antivirus and anti-malware software? We are going to discuss. Just a minute. All right. Family Link is the original software. I had it out, so just now I verified it. Antivirus and anti-malware software. So this we have to keep our devices up to date with the latest security software and protect against malware and viruses. So there are what are the different types of antiviruses are there and what are the different types of anti-malware softwares are there. We will discuss in the coming slides. Privacy settings. Encourage users to adjust their privacy settings on social media platforms to limit their visibility and of personal information. Okay, these days social media has become so powerful that everybody is depending upon social media. We need not watch any news channel or any newspaper. Everything is available in phone through the different social media platforms. So what are the prevention strategies for cybercrimes against women? It's a continuation slide. We have to provide strong legal frameworks. Okay, in the category of legal frameworks, there is strong cybercrime laws. Ensure that countries have robust laws in place to prosecute cyber criminals and protect victims. If there is strong laws are available, then cyber criminals will get afraid of this prosecution. Okay. And as I told that international cooperation should be there. Promote international cooperation to combat cybercrimes that access borders. With cybercrimes, internet is not only restricted to one country, right? So from other countries also, users will interact online. They will exchange information. Of course, every social media software provides encryption and encryption. Even WhatsApp also tells clearly if you chat with a new person, they will tell that the messages or videos, everything, whatever you are sharing, it is end to end encrypted. Even WhatsApp will not see it. Okay. God knows whether they will see it or not. Okay. So we should be careful while sharing the information. Victim support services, hotline and counseling. Provide easily accessible hotline and counseling services for victims of cybercrimes. You should not create a lengthy kind of what you can say filling the forms to complaint against the cybercrimes. You should provide easily accessible hotlines. What is mean by hotline means call centers, like some numbers will be available, and counseling services for victims of cybercrimes. Legal assistance. Offer legal assistance to victims who wish to pursue legal action. Okay, those who are the victims of cybercrimes, if they wish to have a legal action, there should be legal assistance should be available, and it should be easy. It should not have lengthy form to give different informations. Support groups. Establish support groups for victims to connect with others who have experienced similar kind of trauma. Say for example, if I became a victim of XYZ, okay, I don't want to reveal the app, but if I became a victim by sending some personal information through the online, so I should upload that information in the support groups so that others will not experience similar kind of trauma. Okay, whatever I've experienced by doing so, I should share with the support groups so that others who are newly going to access that particular software or that particular online platform, they will become cautious. Okay, if I do like this, then I am going to get suffer. Okay. And coming to the continuation of this prevention strategies for cybercrimes against women and children, community engagement. Community engagement. Create awareness campaigns. Collaboration. Faster collaboration between law enforcement, technology companies, and community organizations to address cybercrime issues. We should we should provide a collaboration between the law enforcement from country to country. The laws will change, right? So even from state to state also laws will be different, but the Supreme Court is the ultimate. We can approach Supreme Court finally. If we lost in the local court, I mean in a state level high court, then we can approach Supreme Court, of course. But from country to country, these laws will vary, right? So in order to have a faster collaboration, if we want to establish collaboration between different countries, then we should have our law enforcement collaboration also. Okay. Then coming to the how to create this awareness campaigns means we conduct public awareness campaigns uh, to educate the community about the cyber crimes and prevention strategies. And what are the reporting mechanisms? We have to create easy to use reporting mechanisms for victims to report the cyber crimes. As I told just now, there should not be a lengthy form to fill this and that information. Okay, it should be easy to use. Simple technique by simply telling about what happened to them and If required, they will provide certain information, screenshots, emails, text messages, or some messages. I don't want to reveal the name of the software. So by doing so, by providing supporting documents, then they can simply report such kind of cybercrimes. So by implementing these prevention strategies, we can significantly reduce the prevalence of the cybercrimes against women and children and create a safer online environment for everyone. Okay, so that's the end of the presentation. And in continuation to the previous slides, I have given here what are the different types of parental control softwares are there, and what are the different types of antivirus and anti-malware softwares are there, and what are the privacy tools are there, and what are the digital footprint management, and what is the cloud-based security solutions, and what about AI-powered security and two-factor authentication called as 2FA, security awareness and training. Okay, so up to this we will learn in continuation with the as of now whatever we have discussed. As I told you that there should be certain parental control softwares. What is the advantage of them is they will be helping us to content filtering. We can block access to inappropriate websites, apps, or and content. You can set screen time limits to prevent excessive exposure. Location tracking monitors the child's isolation. So, I mean, monitor the child's location and set boundaries. Boundaries in the sense not only physical boundaries but also online boundaries. You can, if you can track by using uh, this location tracking. Location tracking is not only related to GPS. Of course, in the human trafficking, this location tracking also plays a key role. Activity monitoring. Track online activity including searches, downloads, and messages. I am not asking you to suspect your children, but it is our responsibility as a parent to have activity monitoring. So we should thoroughly check the online activity including searches, downloads, and messages. These days, Google will provide entire search history. Okay. Next, coming to the antivirus and anti-malware software. As I told you, we are going to discuss in detail about this antivirus and anti-malware softwares in the next coming slides or coming videos. Malware detection identifies and removes the malicious software that can compromise device security. What is the use of malware detection? And this both antivirus and malware software will work same. They will remove the malicious software that can compromise the device security. It will provide real-time protection provided the software is original and licensed. Okay, you should not hesitate to upgrade the license. If you feel that the money is waste, then your data will be waste and your system will be vulnerable for cyber criminals, for cyber attacks. Phishing prevention detects and blocks phishing attempts. We will discuss about what is phishing in later in the coming videos. Private tools, privacy tools, virtual private network services, VPN, we will call it as. It will encrypt the internet traffic to protect privacy and prevent tracking. Incognito mode. Everybody, those who will use Google Chrome, they will come to know, they will easily know what is incognito mode. Or in Firefox, it will be called as private browsing. Okay, even every browser will support this incognito mode kind of softwares. I mean that facility is available with every browser. I explained only two browsers, but even in the Microsoft Edge also we will be having such kind of incognito mode, but with a different name. What is the purpose of this one is it will enable the browsing without saving the browsing history. Not only this, saving browsing history is the purpose of going for incognito mode, but while accessing unappropriate or inappropriate content, we should always follow this incognito mode. So they cannot insert unnecessary traffic like cookies, cache memory, everything will be saved for us. Okay. And we should also implement ad blockers. We should block unwanted ads, tracking cookies. What are cookies? They are called as small files of information that a web server generates and sends to a web browser. Okay, certain websites will ask us to enable cookies. If it is required only, if it is a genuine website only, you have to allow the cookies. Otherwise, you should block them. Okay, so that is called as ad blockers. Even some websites will provide different ads. Whatever we will visit recently, those will only come there. Like for example, if you watch Amazon for purchasing a television, then that ad will appear in a other website. Okay, as part of the Google ads. Okay, they will also tell that whether this is ad is appropriate or not. Even if we close it by telling this is not appropriate ad, but another ad will appear again. Okay, so that is another issue. Of course, we have to use ad blockers. So the website, whatever we are designing, it should not include ads. By doing so, we can avoid these ad blockers. Okay, or even certain websites are coming with ads, we can block them by using this ad blocker privacy tool. Digital footprint management, social media privacy settings. Adjust privacy settings on social media platforms to limit the visibility of personal information. At what cost we are using social media? So we have to adjust privacy settings accordingly. Online reputation management. Monitor online reputation and remove harmful content. Okay, if there is any harmful content, then you have to remove it immediately. Search engine optimization, we'll call it as SEO. Use SEO techniques to control search results associated with personal information. If you type something in the say for example Google search. Okay, the famous search engine is from Microsoft, we have Bing. From Google, we have Google. Okay, we will whatever we will type in that, according to the search engine optimization techniques, the keyword whatever we are using to search, it should not be associated with your personal information. We should be careful that our personal information should not be available online, especially in the search engines. Okay, search engine optimization techniques to control and search results associated with personal information. Next, coming to cloud-based security solutions. Data backup. Data backup important. Sorry, backup important data to prevent loss in case of cyber attacks. There are certain cyber attacks which will encrypt our data, so we should not get afraid of such kind of cyber attacks. And they will demand a ransom amount for decryption. We should ignore them, and we have to safely we have to upload our important data, which is not sensitive, of course, to online backup services. There are so many online backup services are available, like Google Drive, OneDrop, and then Dropbox. These are the three examples which I am aware of. Okay, and there are so many other data backups are also available. Then disaster recovery. Provide a plan for recovering data and systems in case of a breach. Okay, so if something goes wrong, you should have a plan B or plan C or plan D also readily available, so that you can act accordingly whenever such kind of data breaches will occur. Security monitoring. Continuously monitor for threats and vulnerabilities. Okay, it is your responsibility to continuously monitor for threats and vulnerabilities. Of course, your antivirus and firewall will do that, but it is our responsibility to update the latest uh, software with new patches. Even though Windows 11 is so secure and Mac is so secure, Google Chromebook is also secure, but we have to continuously update it. You have to continuously connect it online and update it with different security patches. And you should not become lazy, my antivirus is so powerful, it will detect everything. So you should not do that. You have to update your antivirus software if required. And you can schedule your daily updates. Okay. Daily scanning also you have to perform. It will automatically do. There is option available with every antivirus software. It will perform scanning daily. And of course, for Windows 11, the antivirus is not at all required. It will have its own Microsoft Defenders. That is enough. But if that Microsoft Defender is having certain vulnerabilities, or if it is not updated regularly, then also there is a chance of getting cyber attacks. So we should go for the third party softwares like McAfee or Kaspersky or Norton. Okay, so many are available in the market. So you should not hesitate to purchase a licensed antivirus software. So I'm using right now McAfee in my. It came inbuilt with the laptop only. I purchased my laptop in online using Amazon. So it came by default. First few days it was a trial version. Then later I have to upgrade it. I paid money and I purchased it because I have to protect my laptop. Okay. Otherwise I cannot continue with these YouTube online videos. The next is AI powered security. Behavior behavioral analytics. Analyze large amounts of user data, detects the unusual patterns of activity that may indicate a cyber attack. If there is something unusual activities happening, then that will come under this behavioral analytics. What they will do, analyze large amounts of user data. If I keep on trying to log in into a website or into a particular Gmail account, it will they will be of course, even some banking applications also, they will be asking us, you have file limits. If I enter 5 times wrong password for 24 hours, they will block that app. And certain banking apps will provide only three options. Okay. And okay, we are deviating. Behavior analytics means what? It will detect unusual patterns of activity that may indicate a cyber attack. Machine learning train algorithms to identify and respond to new threats. Natural language processing analyzes language patterns in online communication to detect potential threats. So these days, cyber criminals are so clever that they will be using code languages, or they will be using different language. Those are not available in the Google Translation also. But this by using this natural language processing, it's a used subject in the computer science engineering. So by using this natural language processing, we can analyze the patterns in online communication to detect potential threats. Then coming to the two-factor authentication, it will provide enhanced security. Okay, you should these days everybody is having two-step verification. We'll call it as otherwise two-step verification. If you sign in into a new device, immediately you will get a message to your mobile whether it is you or not. So they will be asking us to press yes. And these days, they will be also sending a code. Whatever the code that appears on the screen, you will be getting different codes on your mobile. You have to select that particular code which is appearing in that screen. Then only you can access your account in that new system. And you will immediately get a mail from the that respective uh, mailing services. Is it you? Somebody tried from so and so region, they will mention clearly. So you should say, you should not hesitate, you should not skip that mail. You should say, yes, it was me. That will improve them. They will say immediately, thank you for responding for this message. It will help us to provide better solutions in future. So that is the importance of this two-factor authentication. It will provide enhanced security and it will prevent unauthorized access. Okay. So protect against unauthorized access even if the passwords are compromised. Security awareness training, employee education. Say, for example, an organization is having its own domain, it has to educate all its employees for best practices for online security. Phishing simulation simulates phishing attacks to help employees identify and avoid scams. That particular organization's responsibility is to simulate phishing techniques. How the phishing will happen? They have to create a virtual phishing attack among its employees and they should test whether they are falling prey for certain scams or not. Then coming to the password management, teach employees how to create and manage strong passwords. What is a strong password? Is there any weak password? Yes, if you use only numbers like 1 2 3 4, or if you use your mobile number, it will become a weak password. You have to use a capital letter and you have to use small letter, like for example this is the default password, and you have to use a special character at the rate 1 2 3. This is a strong password. Of course this is also weak password because many organizations by default use this password and they will ask the employee to immediately change the password. Okay, by using this kind of different password, strong password managements, they can also teach employees, organizations can teach employees how to create and manage strong passwords. And it is often we have to change for every 2 months or 3 months the passwords. Okay, if you are using your personal laptop or personal PC which is accessible to you only, you can maintain the same password for n number of months. But these days banking softwares have become so powerful that as soon as we log in with our credentials, they will ask us to immediately change the transaction password and they will also ask us to change the login password also. Okay. Even if you change the login password and log in again, they will ask us to even change the transaction password also. That's how they will create awareness among its customers. Okay. So, by utilizing these technological tools and implementing effective security practices, individuals and organizations can significantly reduce their risk of falling to victim cybercrimes. So, this is the end of the presentation. If you like it, you can share it among the different respective audience, or otherwise, you have to simply subscribe the button and don't press all. If you press all, you will get continuous updates. But if you don't require the continuous updates from me, you can simply subscribe and leave it. Okay. So for creating a video as a YouTuber, I know it's a so much difficulty in the editing part, especially. The recording will be easy, but editing will be tough. Okay. So I am taking so much pain to create these videos. So you definitely subscribe these videos. Thank you.